We're at Hope Shelters here, just getting folks registered to vote, making sure people are registered at the address that they want to be registered at, that they live at, and making sure that people know that they can register by mail, and just kind of like answering any questions that they might have. People experiencing homelessness, those are often the people who don't go vote, because a lot of people don't think you can vote if you don't have a permanent address or you don't live somewhere. You can actually register to vote at a street corner if you want to. Like in society in general, like we have a lot of weird feelings around folks who are experiencing homelessness or like homelessness in general. And a lot of like the jobs available are like service and labor jobs. And that doesn't always work with folks who have kids who can't work 40 hours a week or who are older and things like that.
I'm currently homeless. I don't have a residence, really. I'd work different jobs that required me to work crazy hours and sometimes doubles. I couldn't make it to the poll and didn't file for absentee ballot.
I haven't never voted by mail before. If I get a chance this year, I will. Certainly will. Sometimes I don't have a ride to get there. In Flint, they have rides you can get there, you know, but I'm not in Flint right now. So if I had a ride to get there, I will go all the time.
After ignoring how important the process is, I see now that the wrong people get in control of the country. It can be really detrimental to people's voice who need to be heard, like homeless, or people who need help. You know, if we don't vote, we're not going to be represented. If we're not represented, our needs aren't going to be taken care of. Only a small percentage of people's needs will be taken care of.
We are a nonprofit community development corporation. We specialize in the development of affordable housing, and we also provide services to vulnerable populations. Empowered and engaged residents means a better community for all of us. And that can range from the simple, let's go out and do a cleanup, to really making the phone calls and writing the letters to folks that are elected officials. And if we don't do our part to empower people, then we're perpetuating the cycle and we're perpetuating homelessness. So voting is one of those tools that's in the arsenal, but being able to be a responsible citizen and know that your voice matters and that your voice counts, I think is critically important to positioning people for a better life.
Like I got to the point, especially when I was home, like why? People talk a good talk. People say, oh, we gonna do this for the community. They reaches out for the homeless when it's election time, when they time to do that. But then when they get in, everything changes. So people look at now, why vote? And people that's homeless, they not just the dirty people like that, no. Majority that's homeless just want a second chance.
I think a lot of people who were formerly homeless, they don't trust the system because the system has not done well for them or has been a barrier and not a help to them. And so once you can get them past that, thinking that it's a negative thing and that voting for them is something that they can do for themselves and for their community, I think it then becomes easier.
I would say to the person that's homeless, that's thinking about not voting, I would say that I'm sorry that you haven't been treated with value and people don't treat you as though you have dignity. And I would say that you're valuable more than what you realize. Your voice does matter. One thing they can't take away from you is your actual vote. So if you lost a home, if you lost a car, it doesn't matter what you lost. You can always go to a poll and vote, and that's something that people can't take away. Continue to strive, continue to use that to the best of your ability, because if you don't impact your environment with your vote, as you see, the environment will continue to impact you.
I think that the act of just like casting your vote and letting your voice be heard in kind of the time that we're now is a very powerful point in a time where we're seeing so much injustice for all different kinds of communities, and like the least that we could do is, you know, cast a vote that could protect our communities and protect each other and uplift each other. And I think that this election will really like tell us kind of like where we're going for the future.